ensem a caf edito yanim se yenhwe nye niam omo esaje se yenye no akosen yedi hu dwuma na ansana omo ahwe se bia Asante Kotoko ene kwara game no ombetimi agi atum amenya bo game no ewo the Baba Yara Sports Stadium na enti ne team no do money chemu ewo the Baba Yara Sports Stadium a omoba ebehwe de akoso ewo ho na esmemens no oka ho Julius Ben Eluma no so eka ho omo nyina free club licensing board no na lawyer Sarfo Duku Asante Kotoko Kasamafu one Richard Akoto from Asante Kotoko and afi NSA regional director Nana Jama boy any mpanimfo a ombeye sa inspection no makase yetete ho yehu omo ba ye nyina enam do omudin atudwa ne no na lawyer Sarfo Duku say or 70% sure say Asante Kotoko game a omo ebebo ewo Confederations Cup num ana Asante Kotoko games e di omo nim yi o se enchi bia Kotoko ebe return to the Baba uditi said the lawyer echichi mu no
say e match e ko ball no aka no a adwuma e ko ye ba yo promotion ye nya numbers ne kra no a me feel say na quite disappointing enti amanya hu say born Baba Yara in terms of massive support there ye benya bia chen akra we Montino we are doing everything possible now we know say with the measures you put in place no definitely your chances of playing at the Baba Yara is about 70% now and no you the first step the second step is say team nankasa no ye team here they say all is well because of say as a quarantine it means say preparation be bia no so we continue to engage the technical team no na ya hu bibia so mo ye bia ne the management ye betima ye ama enye matina sasa meeting work omo ye so powerful on the African soil on any day because they have the money, they have quality material, they have the resources to be at their disposal to no mo share omo say records no if you buy ten omo there but enye no ye matima ye there we go all out and make sure say we'll get into the stage. I honor the big boys no at the group stage. Now I hear what follows later.
We lawyer Sarfo Duku Asante Kotoko Kasamafu also 70% sure say enche Kotoko be return to Baba Yara na wo chim omoko akra de sisi na Karim Zito Asante Kotoko head coach. Karim Zito nso say obe pepa senka on the work game no be baso ewo the Baba Yara Sports Stadium in Kumasi.
There are certain things that you don't like it, but you have to cope. Because if they say Kumasi is not ready, then you need to be able. Unless you go back, but we will have reached your money Kumasi at your pay. Now, I'm saying you call first round. 87. We know. Make be say Abuami because let fun say the second round we. So I will about. I didn't have much of my supporters because in your Kumasi. So when you went there, again, supporters say and 20 what you are saying. But still we stood the test of time to play against Yara. So as much as we wish to play in Kumasi, where we feel comfortable, but if it comes the other way, there's nothing we can do. We have to apply. But we would have wished, say, why that
the ways of Asante Kotoko head coach Abdul Karim Zito na Jampo Frankra NSC boss. Ono so say omo twen se efi no ebetimi ene caf akasa na omo ahwe no matoto niema about the current situation of the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Nanka omo so emefo mo ni mehwe bi na omo ye do omo betimi bia se Kotoko ebesa bebo ewo the Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
Yes, it depends on how the pitch has been strengthened. The whole idea was that we shouldn't just play one match and the pitch deteriorate. So the KNUST Horticulture Department would advise us. It is we can tell them what to do. It's not that we want them. Oh, we are ready. Come and inspect and give us a line. No, it doesn't work like that. So let's conclude with the GFA also telling us, because at the end of the day, if GFA doesn't communicate to CAF, NSA, we cannot do anything. So the GFA will tell them that we are hopeful Asante Kotoko can use the venue, this and this and that. They will respond to the GFA. The GFA would also tell us that CAF have given us a month or 6 weeks or 4 weeks to prepare. But in the same vein, we are working all the same round the clock, regardless of whatever CAF or GFA says. We need to make sure Yara is back. What is important that we don't slow down the work, we speed up, and the rest of the funds are released. Once the funding comes from states or the ministry, there will be no excuses.
We the National Sports Authority boss, Yambuvanka, Onosem, Eni. Pepe, Lasafu Duku can say 70% share of Kotoko, returning to Yara. Quote Karim Zito, Enra, Yarini Dinko will show you soon what say. Obe pepa senka koko game mo ne work ebo na beba so o babara na afi NSA boss enso di omodi omoye atudwe babaya what the kind the awram ho. Is it ready for football? Kotoko returning anytime soon?
Abusapani medase ya wakase bia ye ka se home sweet home. Ana empanyi se wonsam si ba ya oda ntise wonsachi na one say obi timi kodi bone na ya sentence into prison da ebe yi no time no won ko dem na bia fie kura no nkofo tiatia no but da ebe yi no bo so obi a white na ya twen no na ya je ni ofie efie busa panyi.
Sure.
The organizers of football mo de ball ba ya omo de ba say senya tournament and ye nyina ye tu kwan ko bo no ba bia normal competition bia ye money fie any abonte no man fa makwa. There is a certain associated benefit of playing games at home. So team bia be lusu playing your games at home, it comes to bite you hard. A help me catch you say teams be we as more form. But we say your ball league ya check it. We say Bayern Munich enya more points e wo fie e cha bonten. So na ho den eburu bia so in you Germany ho. We go England na the G League na ho den wo fie buru e fie no there is a certain advantage of playing at home. I'm breaking it down. Time na Steve Yesu na ye nyini banana ye nim rules of the game ba na eti ase no. Ye bobo na say obi ho ka kakra bi obi say na say referee home penalty ne nim rules of the game but they adwere say me bo fie na tackle me sa tackle no dia awe dia nke nyema mba fie dia say referee omo say referee home penalty wa anye bibi wo fie nti obi anya opportunity ebo fie a ya na ebo no.
Okay.
The last time I could call a pulu the biggest crowd at the Barbarian Sports Stadium Kotoko versus Kadiogo. Asante Kotoko versus Kadiogo. The Penyanka no crunch there. Sabrina na Kotoko be Kadiogo no. Na attendance Barbarian Sports Stadium for Kotoko games. Now form.
Yeah.
But Makacho say Africa no a festival for the ordinary Kotoko fan. Once they are playing in Africa, mentality is different.
Sure.
Kotoko has been or say rate the kind about I say yam paying for testing waters. Tomudi kind officially my but now but Sanchophobia very close to the particular management that started supporters referee radio so where they Africa there but where they neighborhood no they accept that Africa is brilliant here bar and you may be associated with Africa different.
Yeah.
So Kotoko Kadiogo ye bo wie no Kotoko aba hat folk has na the home game ba Kotoko na ba wa ha mienu e bia ni wa crowd na buy no ubetima compare to Kadiogo there no. So Africa is Africa.
Sure.
Abusapani.
Yes sir.
And now no so mo ye rapaholic e Barbara Sports Stadium sakode me ya done pa musicians ram pe o ma se no o ka ho ba se Saturday e di mu chen no ya me ya Wally fan me ya SM movement abuja panyi wonim say hotels around Asokwa Stadium Amakom Asafo sa area ni nyina na hotels ni e booked.
Wow.
Nti uko pebia unya. We call something the local economy. Yes. When Kotoko are playing at home, Baba Yara, the Kumasi economy e boostu obianim. And cry on which idea quickly says, oh, ya no, they are bad body. Munas had in position for a stop home. Omo the bar bon tintia, Bronini and Adiano. One fabon no motominu. Nobody are bought abonte. David Brony and Fabian am abonte.
No, this I bear no. It's
a penny se Kotoko, any work ebo ha. Dana bobo ya fonisi come a pragia fonisi come bejinu Kumasi nyeska ketwa. Taxi drivers, online drivers, trotro drivers. Na dia ba kwa ya na depa. Ya a penny me de mani sei. Ehu bie say se Kotoko ebo Africa unim. A trotro driver a desire say obehege ribiti afrancho.
Yeah.
Na or the car no alodu afrancho to stadium.
Yeah.
Ye po alodu stadium to afrancho. No ankasa no gate fee no betua no. Wasa training mfa so nyina we car no de ba hedum.
Yes.
That is something that happens when Kotoko are playing at home.
Yeah.
Kotoko kobo kwara wo engrai no. What is Kumasi any Ghana sikafo nyame ato mo nsam. What is almost to take it ache? Let this game be played at Baba Sports Stadium. And what was your opinion out to you? But you say, was you be a phone about Dikeke, Yanya Rafu, Yanya Musa question. Utro Dikeke.
Avaji tickets.
Our friends from outside of Yan number from Wabruche, it will discover Munto take it in because or hang Koboka heavy. But only Hano. I mean, to take it is 50 cities. Me send 500 at least about 10.
Yes.
Obi the 500 band ya come from kwa about to take it 100. Another radio station beto say another ye be no more to ticket a chain comes up any call into the numbers of 10-15,000.
Yeah.
Kakana be talk about a stadium na yama. And grano and massa. So the benefit of playing the game at Baba Sports Stadium, we cannot just underestimate it.
Sure.
Or be underestimate it. For the NSC. It is going to be their cocoa season.
Sure.
When Kotoko se Kotoko bokwara, na Kotoko bo waka. Nyame mfasa mana Kotoko free mumpa. NS ni size kan mo kaboma. Omo other facilities no. E bia 2 games Kotoko bo na Africa no. Facilities be have NS dia. Sika ombenya the whole season 17 games we be born. Enru size kan no.
Yes.
So they have a responsibility to ensure say game we baso.
Sure.
Lawyer Sarfo Duku has no kind of Japan. I like it. I say, oh yeah, optimistic. Now about 70% chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm paying for a taka as in be say, Sabe, say, ni friend is over to Boabawa. Yana and 9 ACB. Say, yeah, Yana Bonish or Mutum Dada. You go to the 9 say, yeah. Steve bet my first free or fast. It told him, said a nice yard so. But oh, you the 9, no one was will be a far. Oh, Hunipacro.
Yes,
they said the bonus and button and say, Kuram. It will help direction now cast any free but none of judge in every bar. One way or the aquara utero. Lawyer Sarfo Duku any penny for a call inspection. Me never knew me. So based on the otifri omonum and nipa me no about mudi or as even of Japan. But the club licensing board or more carbonte aquaje Venus Tuma.
Cmenesel, yes.
Any Julius
Ben
Emuna Nidino no.
Yeah.
Omo ye nipa omo na kase venue we yajitum.
Yeah.
And once they pass it omo pass it fit for purpose me say the GFA ebetima kase CAF your facility no Kumasi no. Based on guidelines because CAF are communicating guidelines abre vendada.
Yeah.
It is fit for purpose. And CAF may believe the FA and will not send a delegation here. But the implications of action will lie on the FA, not Kotoko. if FNE gyina de makotoko a na match commissioner ba match coordinator ba no say there be when nya sa implications ya na we FNE so ya na football association careful kakra but in this particular instance of Japan me say prelims Steve on te hey venue na Kotoko ball kwara game no ade na first save zone ebi ni ho save zone bi ani ho
say barricade I no cry plastic ones
one had more had say maybe no mo say etine bi ni obaye boy. So I am just hopeful say Sanyo no and gate na Japan omo de abato ne ade no ebetimi unim za Baba Sports Stadium for more page no so sa picture ya Kabiru ade atoi Japan Kotoko in an African game.
Wow. All right.
Now we anya tete no wa ba je chinya no de bra page za me nkere wade okay time Tatan tracks and say na ye dundum no. Ehu picture ni bi ni. So this picture ebetimi aye Asante Kotoko under Dr. Chase Africa na Kotoko boy na. Now about 11 o'clock here be check it. Ewo Unijoy. Me so who Baba Sports we ma ya na anu ni page gina ho. Wo hwe soro na. When you see that at Chelsea Stadium na ya ma, that is something that of Japan ye hu ekure mu da. Etime de wabo ya mpofankra voice and asem na me ka che no papa bi frame pepe na beda hu se skana ba ya mpofankra say once money is released,
yes.
So I have a difficulty na penkra or a gentle na we too much
na piao
na nya radical te say enipa ni bia mre bi o ma ba ye Kotoko na so ni dibra ne man kwan sa anya sa Japan.
Sure.
Oh as a kana ye press conference asesa pressure and egu yi abano so da koma be da. Sure. The football to the local economy of Japan. You have no idea what football about the local economy. If it's a fee, you start season young football matches you Kotoko MOFie. Mamma I chibo fruit the stadium no kwesiada fruit one chi bi mai. And Kofona yomba to nam say nam to tobacco. Baby a mass gate on a rumba. Na men a year dear war. Baby Anka post office na chisem say bank bi o machiri on. Na Japan kwesiada duru na ko na mo dawa ye twitwa toto a. Ni nyina sa ho.
Sure.
Esa ye ma first half na. No mo si free VIP no magina wa. I nam no nko abonte de na Japan 25 for de do baby o 15 baako 20 baako.
Still.
Ensuo a obetwanom ma me fodo do eton nsuo ma mi ton kwadu on de da bia press boss oni abra wo ye commentary ball ko se no obetwa nim wa hye nkate no nchen sa o mu nyina nya bibi and me gidi se Kotoko start so be Africa they will plan bia okoto ne books ma me ne mpaye ne se Kotoko timi bo game no Kumasi de a and you obeto books na ma akoda no
yeah
and you meto uniform no for from because there will be huge boost in the sales for that particular period. The obia betima ye bia buso penyi machero the benefit are playing the game at the Kotoko the home team in terms of sporting wise what they will get. Finance. So the first time Baba Sports Stadium I hit 600,000. Now Kotoko any MZ Koton Sport Baba Sports Stadium and I Kotoko hit 600,000 at gate.
yeah.
So finance and in terms of the advantage of football, NSF one ankasano getting the Baba Sports Stadium in shape, a advantage to them because a disikabe
Okay.
Kotoko timi progressing about 3 more home games. The group stages are. Now fun say Kotoko last game, group stages. A win will see them through to the quarterfinals. Can you imagine the number of people who stadium of Japan? So the NSA extended to gain hugely from the Baba Sports Stadium being ready. Then the local economy. That is why people bring in the Kumasi mayor, the regional minister. Corona Japan ye more than obianim. Anya den anu ya more than zani team. Ne wo mu ana bibi se betwamu a na yi nkrofo pressure kakra. Na ate ha no so na ate complaints no so. Enti for the local political authorities, if the game is played here, it is also to the advantage of some penyifo nyina.
Okay.
media let me say it again, I'm disappointed in NSC and yeah stadium na I green as no dabi onya no say Timitina hona Ghana versus Angola and you boy ye na de che and I can't for at the ban at Baba Sports Stadium so now you qualified for AFCON 2020 25 year be when he says no ya bo game you ade che you objapanyi mfie mienu atwam it shouldn't have even take and say taking Kotoko Africa in Tini. This is the slaughterhouse of Ghana football. This is the cathedral. Woman that's a blasters and boha. Woman ha womunya de ompebia. And so that facility and say taking Kotoko's participation in
Africa
Confederation and son as ye pese akoye and yam pofan kasa kasem ni biem say ye release sika dia. Ye release sika dia. Hwe so mo makacho say by 2 weeks to the start to the game as a Kotoko through the FA communicative venue no. Ade akoso na mpanyifo ogbo omudin. Emma minya hotoso bi say we can do something because the game is in 3 weeks time. 3 weeks. It is prelims. We anya group stages. Now group stages no crano. The same facility the car for G2 man ball dreams there no. So we can do something little to add up to it. Never suppose create that atmosphere. Now I Kabiru mame Kotoko atmosphere na de buy na sa we na de work the naba. If Kotoko doesn't get this at the Baba Sports Stadium, what Kabiru where work up Japan? They will create this. The last time we say Ali was Champions League Steve Sobekaya. Ali for no coach na ye piso ne third attempt that no person wagina anyi. Obesun say anabon e bon unhunu he. Ade na yesum. And no mkodu ya omoma Ali supporters them say stadium a far almost 60,000 almost 300 tickets no msa do share so baby. So they will create this atmosphere. Now I got to picture na Kabiru de buy Baba Sports Stadium picture na e kira wo say Kotoko can replicate whatever work ebe you nkromo. Okay. Na Kotoko nya sa numbers na our stadium at least. Me ti obi na Kotoko share work 2-1 Baba even though Kotoko lost the game, lost the cup. But Kotoko win here. Na say Kotoko records in North Africa na kire say a win for Kotoko Baba no. Ebema heading to the North African opposition because at 12 one crack Kotoko ho no ye nimdie see in recent times Kotoko North Africa wa as say omu lose omu timinya draw bi so a win here because I say had na be problem there mom had no move free so get the Baba Sports Stadium ready and then let's see how am zapanye betu akoti work for the omu de na ba no na Kotoko the numbers we share omu Baba Yara
wow
na supporters team kakra abujapanyi. I think that Kotoko ebetumi sa crowd we have in Nigeria. San bonus Nigeria ebe say ebe do awo. Yeah, referee be din se hunu ayi Bamlak. Say referees no so abujapanyi what into referees be wo to da me pa o. So mo see calculation no. Sa bon wa anyi yellow card anfa ma Yakoba. Na nka Kotoko last game no mo kobo Zambia nka Kotoko timi e qualify. Na minimum she go. And confirm say wo me enko pass na Yakoba wanye wa so to obi oje ball no di dibrika referee of ball man no dey to center na referee yellow card na man miss the next game. I think that ye nyina ye hwe kwa be fa so obsepanyi Ghanaian class ebetimi aball mu games at home awra ho sem ato yen on Bibiani Gold Stars be as a Gold Stars ball game no Bibiani Dance Park komba fa win wa hania kwhye omo ho but akoye piani asa 7-0 animguase ni nyina te Ghana your points and so let's see if for bet mind to trainer of the yet mabo game no Baba Sports Stadium.
Pepe, you turned the proverb when search be ya would da and tisa won sayem
sai chire ni mum no
Emmanuel Lati and the we about say ya won say no na di bia nkai bit me ye
be o da ache won search nti ha no be o da ntisa ha.
Yes, nti search kakra no ko enye
anya sana me kan no sana me kan
o commercial break
da bi me see
wo so won search be ya woda nti sa won sayem sana wo kan
sana wa kan na ye kan say unzayem be ya da nti unzaji da bi me twa
wo ti wo say Wo now person o chese say net the change.
That be any sir. Any better now say. Ade no fofo no.
Am say slip.
Aha ne dey say ade no we slip of tongue. I say school ni na o define marketing. 18 na was a slip of pen. I said ade no we define ade na choose slip of pen.
Pen actual.
So
na lecture to mistake or class. No I say a slip of tongue, slip of that. School ni say was do slip of pen.
See when free Kofi Kent. Kofi say if Kotoko wants to play at Baba Yara, they should also get involved, just like Sarkodie was involved in the preparation of the facility for his concert. Those working at the NSC Kumasi won't lose anything if Kotoko don't play there. They are government workers and will be paid every month whether they play the match there or not. So,
I do not think that was any message or follow Ghana football. The Oye Juma or NSA Hono crowd Baba. So Otinchen or type of Macas.
Said or Musi here a Kotoko or
Otinchen. Yes, or Otinchen. Sako didn't obey any stage no boy. No, or any program. He did nothing there. And you on a grass and also, yeah. He did nothing there. Even pitch now Huno Baba Yara, if not for Kotoko intervention. And yes, and Sikana Kano, I had thousands of dollars in one. You don't expect Kotoko or coffee house, was or Bobo or Santino. So it's a national asset, and then the nation has to take care of it. And until an app in Kenya audience with the president, in the presence of Ubi Okachi and say, President, you've promised to build 7 new stadia, but Fashas you Kumasi. Yes, Fashas you Kumasi because Baba Yara.
Or cobble on first can in Yedia.
Yes, indeed, and I'm sorry, can I quickly now say I'm performing
yesterday.
Yeah,
said you mean yes, she the president, I was statement in a session view.
And I no crown as a bear, Pajo standard in any area no baby diamond crophobia.
A modern
no, the only 2 places and 3 places are in here modern stadium.
Mansoniakra, Asa.
Yes.
Yes,
and to some extent, UDB Sunyaya because of football, cricket, Ubenya Bibisa, but other areas, now say, Pajo, the NBR, and the Momo, they don't need a modern stadium. I'm on fine, BBR, yeah. I was here, say, Kotoko Bebe Fiana so Ombano, if you any fear. And I think, sir, the visit to the Jubilee House, no, Kotoko Penny for Can Street, and the chair president, they say. A canon is and your more born and what and I'm crying prima for no so follow board. Yes,
or quiet the business up and now was a Kotoko Africa.
They are not hard so they say, Unse bono for no bit me about Sunya for no bit me about Kumasi about she. The old free north on so bit me about
pass against we grab a baba yagi.
Yes, or my baba green stance. So, yeah, as I say, Kotoko bow home. Anya Shekrano, your bonus scanning. Say Kotoko Timi Bohum, my babwa. It's in Penifo, Adibu or I na beyond Obi ability.
But hope no Hokaka. Lawyer Savudu Kuswa 70% sure.
Yeah.
Any experiments more inspection Kakro Mabi.
Yeah.
And that's will be all.
I was saying that's all. Even before especially, I think 3 weeks ago. In your opportunity efa or not just a new man can say kaka crana bar anka and chebia within a week they will be able to fix Sani or Maniomana Hono. Also, ma constructed a new bench for referees and then teams no seats in the be already me preview to seats what say 20 new ones unse calf no require 21 or 23 so when you move 20 there na it means say oko and our Africa say North Africa for in be to kwandi nipa bebre aba go da ki ya half one the ya na etiso because flight ticket and therefore so we need the Baba Yara Stadium for Africa and ni hokwa the soul of Ghana football we den venue we edimutinti mai inti say o baby o say priority it should be the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Nkin kwan say at this stage ye dwene say be ready. Ye here say teacher bi on person mo di be shemu a what I see be pene kra mo de ho ano discussion and can was here you But reality is they say no there maybe a one year. And they should get it ready for the competition because say work no. I was not the interesting thing is say so hana ye boko to kone has na wa hwa umuni sa ba uduru ba bi na omo follow football a channel ball history bi otidi na se na usuro wa kron usuro sa o omo kra omo kana Asante abusia se dia wuti hana usuro azu omo sa na omo suro into omo nim say baba Yara na omo kobore dia na problem wo ho they will suffer because in recent years etwa ba habeji 2-0 Hilal Babo a draw ha. Obi any free a sroha in the past best 6 or so years. Otima Babe winning ha. Into the venue, I want a lot to play. Because the Kotoko Morocco name Mohammed Fever. Venue ni Dina Nkasa should tell you. Yes. So go Egypt. Na Cairo International Stadium and our Koba no crano our pressure they ma already. It is a wakeba na Baba Yara. They would have to think and devise a way. Umbe to me first. I kill off the atmosphere at Babaya and ya their game going. So came name penifo bibra koshebo. Yam pese be the ehunu dear boys and the magets na so I show bonenko. That is the most important thing. Kotoko will need the stadium. So I'm the Baba African. Inti me nyana bro for semne ye twa kwa hani ye. Send ye bimu de ye ya ni akoyi sky and this is equally as important as Blasters and also engagement, you know. A national venue. Now, only the funny table. Yes, I yes is here and check what mega say. Oh, next Blasters game me a born babaya. Because I had no mobile, Omunya Domino. They will not have to be buzzing people to come. The organic supporters of the Blasters remember show more babaya stadium. So venue with you a long overdue.
Okay.
Ya cabre, so they should get it ready. Send a beya Kumasi for Subenya a piece of the African euphoria because Obi Osha Boache Biana and your Ghana League in person a no person washe. Or person washe no Kotoko no Africa because Kotoko edgy dini nano. Nekasi any nina. Do one edgina the African exploits are Kotoko call Timiko winning Laura. So penifo best baby a drone idea. Mama Yaka Sache. Whatever money sika de bi gugu office bi gugu bi mu envelope mu e bi gugu bi mu polytank mu munko yi mra na mfa me ya de na obi aso mu nwono. That is what we want.
But I say appeal Thomas, I say I'm watching you live from Mole Park Damongo. Good evening. Tommy yajo so na Saraf nkomodi die bi a me die ne nhwe mu bi a ye kyerese ene sempanimfo ne Asante Kotoko kasa se be ya Enka omu home games kakra wo omanim nso omu Heart of Lions game bi o we so omu bo before what game no nka omu mpe baabi enko bo no sele be no omu benya time kakra e dia ye adwuma e wo Baba Yara Sports Stadium ama mpenimfo beji atuma mo abo na yampovanka kasa about ombe ma horticulture fo bi abehwe ni ade. Me beside this question, but yeah, I'm Franka, NSC boss.
Yes, it depends on how the pitch has been strengthened. The whole idea was that we shouldn't just play one match and the pitch deteriorate. So the KNUST Horticultural Department would advise us. It is we cannot tell them what to do. If they say let's give it another week, another 2 weeks to be strong, they can play midweek, they can play weekend, another team can play there. That report would push us. But they have to tell us what to do. They've been working so hard on it. You know that. I think they've even grown a second layer, which will strengthen the first layer. So these are the things that I'm happy you called, so that at least you educate the listeners.
Yes, men come on, did be a me dealing which is on Kotoko. And especially on the Lions game, no, Konko Pebe Binko Bono. Kotoko Nintumsa said the Yen Casa African Hiano. So Muji Echo, African bitch, but so Mukonso. Nampani voyage me and Yam Africa no more Baba Yara and so no so kwase Seraph.
For a serious football nation, ordinary to say pitch maintenance of grass about a national topic and a national issue we are discussing a reflection on who we are as a people. Said ye we talk about yɛde ano ka nsɛm bebree but yɛn demonstrate any seriousness towards those things bebree ti wobɛba kurom a yɛka education ni yɛka wei na there's little we do for these ones na natural pitch we yɛwɔ the synthetic type it requires special attention
hwɛ baabi akɔtɔkɔkɔ bɔ kware
nice pitch
ɛno nyɛ natural grass o
na ɔhwɛ even
na yihia nsuo ɛna ɛtumi
ɔhwɛ no it was yeah, I am saying that maybe my thinking is that for natural pitch bi wɔ yɛ nyinaa yɛ fie ɛne minim ebi a ɔmo no bɔbi ɔmo bɛka biribi foforɔ bi na akyerɛ anaasɛ yɛ but the way even the ordinary person every day I call Anglo Takwa Gold hɔ no na yɛ call baby a ɔmo residents no baby a ɔmo hosting visitors na ɔmo ayɛ pitch ɛhɔ nyinaa yɛ grassed na wohwɛ